what's interesting on Bill Maher is it plays right back into our David Koch story. He's the one that came out and pretty much right around the same episode and said he was happy that Koch died. He kind of cited all the environmental things that he's did, all the things that he considered far right wing that kind of hurt the country, and he said, "Hey, maybe the world's better off without this guy." What do you think about that?
So basically, to fill everybody in, David Koch, who is basically a businessman, first and foremost, him and his brother, philanthropist, political activist, gave tons of money to the Republican Party. They definitely had, a side that they chose to represent. A lot of people have always blamed the Koch brothers, and all conspiracy theorists, by the way, their name is rife in the conspiracy theory world. Most people didn't even know who the fucking Koch brothers were.
I did.
They definitely have their hands in all sorts of shit. I put them up there with like the Warren Buffetts, the George Soroses. They're people that are so rich and made a point of intertwining into everything that matters, politics, lobbying, whatever.
If the rumors about Soros were true, then he would equal the Koch brothers. Can I give you some history on the Kochs?
I'm going to pull something up that shows they did some stuff together. Go ahead.
Okay, you ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Kochs literally made their money off Stalin and Hitler. And people would say, hey, you don't say Hitler in a political debate, but this is actually something where we have to discuss it. Okay, their father, Fred Koch, he built oil refineries for Stalin and Hitler literally for over a decade. Fred Koch was instrumental in making Nazi Germany oil independent so they could then attempt to take over the world. Fred hired a Nazi governess to raise his sons. Frederick, Charles, David, and Bill are the Koch brothers' sons. He tried, the sons, when they grew older, they're ruthless too. They tried to blackmail one brother out of the family business for being gay.
Huh.
Yep.
That's not going to fly.
Yes. And then the company hid positive blood tests for years that showed that their employees were getting cancer off working at their factories.
Yeah. No one's going to put these guys. If you're against the corporatization of America, if you're an anti-one percenter, any of these things, these guys are not. You're not fans of these guys. Apparently, his net worth was $48 billion. That's a shitload of money. Yeah, Bill Maher, as you said, he took a chance to tee off on this guy, which got Sean Hannity to get mad at Bill Maher. And
smart play from Maher. That's the kind of attention he needs, and he likes playing in that field. He's an HBO guy. He's not a CNN guy. He's not going to get in trouble. So he can take that slap that everybody wants to take at a dead man, is what makes it controversial, right? Usually when a guy dies, you're like, oh, he's the best dude ever, So it's weird to say, oh, you died, you suck. That's pretty weird.
Yeah, and listen, Bill Maher, for what it's worth.
What do you think the other Koch brothers thinking, though? He going to change his game up, or is he going to take that when he dies, too?
I'm way rich. I'm richer. I think maybe he's thinking,
Right.
I got more money now. No, this was like a tandem, like fucking trading places. Randolph and Mortimer, you know what I mean?
They are so Randolph and Mortimer.
Yeah,
That's so good.
I could see these are the type of guys that, like you said, they'll find like 6 homeless black guys and throw them out on a ranch and hunt them down.
Yeah. Or do like the Eddie Murphy thing where they have a bet over $1.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like switch them out with Dan Aykroyd.
You can totally see these guys doing this. The Koch brothers, again, folks, their shit is so extensive that it would really take you a long time to read through what they have their tentacles in.
Just imagine a family that has a lot of oil skills and building up tremendous wealth by using those oil skills in America and for other dictators in other countries that maybe aren't that great or aren't even friends with America. And then once it discovers that oil has all of these bad things associated with it environmentally, health-wise, the company then begins to protect their product by just waging what could just be a $100 million, billion-dollar media war against common sense and decency.
Yeah. Here it is. This was just in June 30th of this year. And in an astonishing turn, George Soros and Charles Koch team up to end U.S. forever war policy. So in short, they're saying that Soros and Koch, the more active of the two brothers, are joining to finance a foreign policy think tank in Washington. It's going to promote a world based on diplomacy and restraint rather than threats, sanctions, and bombing. So it sounds good on paper, doesn't it? I mean,
the
couple
one
of guys
brother,
for peace.
He's given a lot to charity. So they gave a lot to charity, especially cancer charities and things like that. And there's a lot of articles out right now that you can read that are trying to weigh out whether or not, if you donate a lot of money but you make your money unethically, if it's equal. And I'm here to tell you right now, it's not. So if you make your money unethically and you cause all sorts of harm and distress to the planet and other people, and then you give a portion of that money to charity, that is not equal, my friends. That is less of a giving than you took in.
It's funny that you say that because, and we were just talking about Mafia with John Gotti and Sammy Gravano on break. That's exactly what the Mafia does. They give to the church to absolve themselves of that terrible, terrible life, and they're so tied to the church and give, and
the war of public opinion, they give to the streets.
Yeah, and they did it
the
as
Robin
well.
Hood thing,
and all the cartels do that as well. Pablo Escobar did it. Every gangster actually that was smart did shit like that, especially if they came from that neighborhood, and they should. Why don't we go to another break? We'll go to another break. We're cruising through everything. We hit some Epstein, John McAfee, Maher versus Talib.
Let's do the G7 when we get back.
We'll do the G7.
It's my favorite rap group.
Yes. Fly like a G7.